Donk Nation, Jackson, Janet's greetings and welcome to your daily dose of Donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey, bringing you the Bugcap after a season that was kind of crazy. The final game of this season that was kind of crazy. New faces going everywhere. And most importantly, the Steelers winning the AFC North in a crazy game against the Baltimore Ravens. We got Bug Boo here. Bug, what you got to say about that game that just happened?
We won!
We did win. It was kind of crazy. Lots of stuff going on. Anything that really caught your mind that you want to talk about from that football game?
The missed field goal by whoever the Baltimore Ravens kicker is.
Loop is the kid's name. And, yeah, he definitely missed a field goal. I thought you'd definitely be talking T.J. Watt.
Oh, T.J. Watt's interception. Yeah.
Anything else I really want to just get into and talk about from the get-go?
Basically, that's all.
I mean, this game started in the first half where I don't even know how you want to say it, but the Ravens definitely got it going early, but then kind of puttered out in the middle. First drive, first play, big run by Derrick Henry. No, it was like a 45-yard run or something like that, but it ended up with a penalty that took off 10 or 20 of it. But still, huge run by Derrick Henry to start. It ends up with Devontae Walker gets a 38-yard touchdown. A few blown coverages through the Steelers throughout the day, but early scores from Baltimore. Pittsburgh not doing much, although when Baltimore got the field goal to go up 2 scores, Pittsburgh answers with their own field goal drive. Keeps it a 7-point game. Then there was a couple 3-and-outs. And then the game that I thought was going to end up costing the Steelers, because I know how Mike Tomlin is, and I knew they were going to do something silly and ridiculous. And they have a huge drive right before the half. And the Pittsburgh Steelers get a penalty in the end zone. Freiermuth got pass interfered with. I believe it was Freiermuth. And they're there with 2 seconds to go. And I'm talking, and I go to my mom, and I go, the Steelers need to kick the field goal here either way because they're not going to get points because this team doesn't know how to convert these clutch short yardage plays. And they decide to go for it, do some goofy butt trick play that ends up leading Pat Freiermuth on the outside to block 2 people. Now, Pat Freiermuth barely can block 1 person on a good day. He's left outside to block 2 people. And, of course, it fails. There was no running lane at all for, why can't I think of his name now? No, Kenneth Gainwell. I wish it was Warren. But no room for Gainwell. Steelers get no points at the end of that. Now, however, the Steelers, Bug, continue this trend of these bookend drives. They start the second half, 12-play, 67-yard touchdown. I guess we get to actually call it the brotherly shove now because we had Cameron Hayward come into the play to push Connor Hayward over the end zone, and the brotherly shove works. Steelers get big touchdown there. That play also had a big pass play in there to Adam Thielen, and decent running, I guess, from Jaylen Warren and mixed in there as well. Next drive, of course, the T.J. Watt interception. Awesome to see. That leads to, unfortunately, only a field goal. Then a couple punts. Baltimore scores a touchdown early in the fourth to take the lead. That, of course, was a huge play to Zay Flowers, a 50-yarder, where that wasn't the wide open one. That's the one where Patrick Queen was covering him well, and Alex Highsmith gets home, but Alex Highsmith forgets to sack the quarterback. Of course, it happened right after Renegade because Renegade is cursed, and every time we play that song in Pittsburgh, I swear to God the other team scores a touchdown now. They just need to stop with that tradition. It's terrible. It doesn't work anymore, and we need to maybe bring it back. Maybe bring it back when we get a defense that makes a stop in the fourth quarter. That's not this defense. That hasn't been this defense for a while. But they play Renegade. Highsmith looks like he's going to get home. Oh, my God, Renegade might have worked. Of course not. Lamar's not sacked those ball over the top. Patrick Queen stayed with Zay Flowers for about 3 seconds, which in of itself is impressive, but huge touchdown there, Bug.
Yeah.
Anything to say about that one?
Sack the quarterback.
Yeah, for real. The Steelers, though, answer with an 8-play touchdown drive of their own. This is one where Gainwell ends up putting it in the end zone, and it had the big pass play to Pat Firemouth down the middle. Anything you want to say about that drive that happened?
Good. Good job, Pittsburgh.
It was a good job, and it's nice to see us use the middle of the field. The next one was the Zay Flowers 64-yarder. Everyone forgot to cover him on the left side. Touchdown, huge play, which, of course, anything to say about that blown coverage play?
What in the world was that coverage?
There was none.
The whole game plan was just to leave him open.
I don't think that's a game plan. I think someone forgot what they were doing. All I have to say on that is do better. But you were starting to freak out this time, and I said, maybe they scored too early, because that's what we always do. We score too early, and the other team scores to take the lead. Sure enough, they did score too early. The Steelers come back with a 65-yard, 6-play touchdown that only took a minute 33. Yep, Calvin Austin gets himself wide open on the left side and runs it into the end zone. A couple other big plays in there from Kenneth Gainwell as well. And Calvin Austin earlier in the drive had a big play on that one. But we sit there and I go, oh, God, we scored too early, mainly because on the extra point, although no one can really tell if he actually blocked it or not, the NFL has now called it a blocked kick. Either way, the kicking game, Chris Boswell, extra point, no good. Steelers now only up 2 points instead of 3. Now Baltimore only needs a field goal to win the game. And I'm like, man, we scored. We scored too early because we left the Ravens. Yeah, about a minute. A minute and 3 timeouts, I believe, is what they had. They definitely had their timeouts still. And sure enough, Lamar's driving them. We force a fourth down, but I mean, he throws the ball up, and Isaiah Likely makes one heck of a catch, a 26-yard drive or catch on fourth down. Panic sets in. Lamar decides to take a knee, sets up a 44-yard field goal, and I've always said this. You don't play to kick field goals because when you play to kick field goals, bad things happen. And of course, there's an end zone. There happens to be a priest who spreads holy water in said end zone that the Ravens are kicking towards. And this poor kid who's going to have death threats against him for the next year and a half until he makes a big kick, which is silly. It's a sports game. Let the dude live his life. He missed a kick. Woo. My kicker missed a kick too, and if he would have lost, I'd have just been like, oh man, that's terrible. But Tyler Loop lines up, 44-yarder, doesn't close his foot on it. You hear the crowd go silent. Absolutely silent. And then you just hear a huge eruption because the ball just keeps drifting to the right. He didn't close his foot on it, left it open. Spin makes it miss wide right. All is well in the world. The Ravens go home. John Harbaugh, it is John, I believe, ends up losing his job over this game, although really that seems like there's more disconnect with Lamar that led to that. But the field goal goes wide right. Mike Tomlin acts like he just won a Super Bowl because he got to make people quiet. But Mike, the job's not done. The job starts this week. Steelers win. AFC North champs get a host the Houston Texans on Monday Night Football, which history says is a good thing in Pittsburgh for us. But Bug, any closing thoughts on the wild, crazy shenanigans that was the Steelers-Ravens game?
We did let the Ravens beat us in a season.
That's true. We swept them this year. Any shout-outs from the game?
Maybe the whole team.
The whole team, nice. Any other things you want to say before we get your prediction for the Texans game?
Texans are from Texas. It's basically going to be the Dolphins game all over again.
All right, fair enough. Do you have a prediction then for who's going to win that game?
Pittsburgh.
Nice. And now I'll let you know I'm the Viking Donkey. That's Viking_Donkey at Twitch and Twitter. Your daily dose Donkey Ginger is the awesome YouTube channel where you get this fun content. We will get Bug to fully host the show eventually, I promise. But till now, you just get to enjoy his little short tidbits of great entertainment. And Bug, you got to let him know.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.